What if one of the most powerful foods for people over 40 has been sitting at the bottom of the ocean for 400 million years, and most of us in the West have never even tried it? Today we're talking about sea cucumbers. And no, they are not a vegetable. They are a living marine animal that has been used as medicine and as food across East Asia for centuries. And the science behind them? Actually pretty fascinating. But before you order a bag of dried ones off the internet, because yes, people do that, let's break down what the research really says, who this food is actually good for, and whether it deserves a place on your plate after 40. What is a sea cucumber? Let's start with the basics. A sea cucumber is an echinoderm, the same family as sea urchins and starfish. They live on the ocean floor, they clean up organic debris, and they have been harvested for food for over 1,000 years, primarily across China, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, and Indonesia. In China, they're called hai shen, which literally translates to sea ginseng. That name alone tells you how seriously this culture takes its medicinal value. In Chinese medicine, the sea cucumber is considered a tonic food, something eaten not just for nutrition, but for long-term vitality. They can be eaten fresh, but most commonly, they're sold dried and then rehydrated before cooking. The texture is soft, slightly gelatinous, and mild in flavor, meaning they absorb whatever sauce or broth you cook them in. Why after 40? So why are we specifically talking about sea cucumbers and people over 40? Because this is the decade when your body starts sending invoices for the lifestyle it's been running. Joint inflammation begins to creep in. Collagen production drops, which affects your skin, your tendons, your cartilage. Immune function becomes less efficient. Blood sugar regulation gets trickier. And for many people, fatigue becomes a constant background noise. Now here's where sea cucumbers become interesting, because the compounds inside them seem to directly target several of these exact issues. Let's walk through them one by one. Number 1. Chondroitin sulfate. Sea cucumbers are one of the richest natural sources of chondroitin sulfate on the planet. This is the same compound sold in joint supplements worldwide. It supports cartilage, reduces inflammation, and may slow cartilage breakdown in joints. If you've ever paid for glucosamine chondroitin tablets, you've been chasing what sea cucumber naturally contains in high concentrations. Number 2. Triterpene glycoside saponins. These are bioactive compounds unique to sea cucumbers. Research, including studies published in journals like Marine, Drugs and Food Chemistry, suggests these compounds have anti-inflammatory, anti-tumor, and antifungal properties. They're also being studied for their potential in immune modulation, meaning they may help your immune system respond more precisely rather than overreacting, which becomes critical as we age. Number 3. High-quality protein with all essential amino acids. Dried sea cucumber is roughly 50 to 60% protein by dry weight. It contains all the essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. For anyone over 40 trying to maintain muscle mass, which naturally declines at about 1% per year after 40, this is significant. Number 4. Collagen peptides. The body wall of a sea cucumber is dense with marine collagen. This type of collagen, type Y, is the same collagen in your skin, bones, and connective tissue. Marine collagen is generally considered more bioavailable than bovine collagen, meaning your body absorbs it more readily. Number 5. Omega-3 fatty acids. Yes, sea cucumbers contain EPA and DHA, the same anti-inflammatory omega-3s found in fatty fish. These support cardiovascular health, brain function, and again, inflammation management. Reality check. Now, am I saying sea cucumber is a miracle cure? Absolutely not. Let's be clear about the limitations. Most of the studies we're referring to are either animal studies or small-scale human trials. We don't yet have large, long-term randomized controlled trials in humans for most of these benefits. The science is promising, but it's early-stage promising, not established medicine promising. Also, dried sea cucumber is expensive. Premium varieties from Australia or the Middle East can cost hundreds of dollars per kilogram. So this is not an accessible food for everyone. And for most people in the West, it's not a realistic daily staple. And finally, sustainability matters. Sea cucumber populations in many parts of the world have been overfished due to rising global demand. If you do buy it, look for responsibly sourced or certified aquaculture products. How to actually eat it. If you want to try sea cucumber, here's how people actually eat it. The most common form is dried. which you soak in cold water for 2 to 4 days, changing the water daily until it fully rehydrates and softens. Then it's braised slowly in rich broths, often with abalone sauce, ginger, and scallions. In high-end Chinese restaurants, this is a luxury dish. There are also sea cucumber supplements, powder capsules, or liquid extracts, if you want the potential benefits without the cooking process. Quality varies enormously though, so do your research before buying. Fresh sea cucumber, if you can find it at a fish market, is the simplest option, sliced thin, blanched, and dressed with sesame oil, rice vinegar, garlic, and chili. It's chewy, mild, and genuinely delicious if you give it a chance. The verdict. So, ancient superfood or overhyped seafood? Honestly, it sits between both. Sea cucumber is genuinely nutrient-dense, and the bioactive compounds in it are being seriously studied by legitimate researchers for joint health, collagen support, inflammation, and protein. The profile is legitimately impressive. But superfood is a marketing word, not a scientific one. No single food saves you. What sea cucumber represents is a smart, nutrient-rich addition to a varied diet, particularly if you're over 40 and you're already paying attention to anti-inflammatory, eating, joint health, and longevity nutrition. If you're curious, try it. If you can't access it or afford the premium dried version, look for a quality supplement, or just continue building a diet rich in fatty fish, collagen, protein, and anti-inflammatory foods. The principles are the same. If this video made you think differently about what's on your plate, hit like button. Share it with someone in their 40s or 50s who's interested in longevity eating, and subscribe for more evidence-based nutrition content every week. See you in the next one.